And what I want the rest of you to understand is that your twin soul love is eternal. That goes on for all of us. Every single person has this opportunity. We all have our twin soul for eternity. Hi there, twin souls, welcome. There's another video going on here with the channelings from Ron that came from between 2009 and 2010. The time is now where you'll understand it more. And this channeling today is a marriage made in heaven. And some of you may say, this is way too far out. But I feel that if you are watching this video, you are in the twin soul zone. And when you're in the twin soul zone, you begin to understand what's really going on. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing I have to say, I am Janet K. Darling, co-author of The Timeless Love of Twin Souls, along with Philip George, and these channelings are through Mary Pompeo, who is the author of Find the Force, Be the Light. So let's get going. And I'll start in like Mary, and then Ron says something, and I'll say something, and I'll tell you who it is saying it. First thing is Mary. The first thing out of his mouth, tell her I love her, tell her I love her. He really stressed I love her. He always does this, and I love that. When I do the pendulum, which I do often when I talk to Ron, I'm wondering, is it really him answering me? And Mary says, when it moves right away, you are getting what he's saying. But as soon as you put your own consciousness in it or start questioning it, it can change it. So look away. Just look away from your pendulum, and it'll answer you the truth. Just don't question it. And I told her I always do that, and she says, okay. And Ron says, I can reach down with my finger and make it move to the right direction. The only time that doesn't work if there is some kind of interference. Often that comes from your own mind. You could be focusing on a question, hear a noise, or say, what was that? Disturbances like that can throw it off. He had great faith in my pendulum here. Does he have it over there? And Mary says, he does. Even when you're doing it by yourself, you have guides and angels around you, actually helping to answer the question. He feels you're totally tuned into them, even though you don't always have the confidence that you are. And I said, oh, thank you. And Mary says, I don't know if I ever mentioned your angel and your angel's name. I said, you mentioned one in Florida. Mary says, I don't know if it's the same one. I see this beautiful, honest to God. It's like she's in a cloud of gold light. She has hair that looks like spun sunshine. It's a beautiful head of hair, wavy and a little curly at the ends. Her eyes are like turquoise crystals. Her lips are soft pink with a gentle smile. Her name is Arabeth. I think that name's so beautiful. She is with you, in particular to help you connect with Ron when I am not around. She also is helping you to write the book. And I never realized that. That was good to hear. I go, oh, how wonderful. She reminds me of you. Her coloring is very similar to yours, and she has the same gentleness in her nature. She is the only angel I ever saw wear jewelry. That'd be my angel. She has a necklace and a bracelet and earrings alike. She is very feminine, with so much love coming out of her in every direction. I think she will be a great help to you, and she has been. And I said, oh, thank you, Arabeth. And I said, is there a Celeste? And Mary said, yes, yes. And I said, you saw her in Florida. I was down there in Florida with Mary in 1989, and she saw her. And she was turquoise. Yes, yes, oh wow. And she just came in when you asked if there was a Celeste, Arabeth moved to the left, and she was right there. She has a beautiful turquoise gown on. Just gorgeous. They almost look like sisters. I don't think it works that way, but there's a lot of the same soft energy too. They're here to cheer you up. They're so proud of the fact that you're taking good care of yourself. You're doing all the things you need to do to recover from the grief. They're saying, when humans love deeply, they grieve deeply. So don't let anybody tell you that you should be over with it or snap out of it. And I've been very lucky. I've had nothing but help from my friends and family. And they're saying to me, we won't let you lose yourself in this. Don't be concerned that the grief is only going on because you love so intensely. And then I go on to tell about what a bad weekend coming up. A year ago from the date that this was read, we just got back from Costa Rica. And the morning we got back, we had to send Ron away in an ambulance. He was just broken out in a red rash all over. We took him down to Costa Rica to get stem cells. It was 11th hour. We needed help right then. But it was too late for us, but we gave it our all. And it was a very, very bad time. I mean, Ron he just died right after that. And he said, I think I slept off and on for approximately 2 months. And I said, over there? And Mary said, yes. Ron said, I'd get up and I'd go see you. Then I'd go back to sleep. They kept encouraging me to go back to sleep, but I couldn't sleep unless I knew my honey was all right. I'm missing you, and I understand how difficult it is for you. When I was in the earth body, I used to think we never had a time just to go off and be together and have the kind of honeymoon that you always wanted. Our whole life was a honeymoon, but it was hard on you. It used to give me a feeling of sadness. You couldn't even imagine all the things I wanted to do with you and all the places I wanted to take you, even participating in family functions and things like that. I had to spend so much time just to maintain. And it took all day just to take care of his getting dressed and washed and all of that. And Ron says, you never made me feel like I was in the way. And believe me, he was never in the way. And Ron said, I always knew I was loved unconditionally. For that, I will be eternally grateful. I have so much love for you. And Mary said, he asked me if I can feel how much he loves you. Indeed, I can. It comes through me like waves in the ocean. It's just beautiful. And I said, I have a question. We're going to be together for eternity. So will he marry me in heaven? Our parents could be there for it this time. And Ron said, you are reading my mind. I spent a lot of time checking around for beautiful places for it to take place. I have been talking to some of the masters and beings of light, trying to decide who I would actually have do the ceremony. Everyone in heaven is so excited about the prospect of having a wedding. It's not that often because they feel they were already married on earth. Everyone I discuss it with is overjoyed. I expect it to not only be a beautiful and a well-constructed ceremony, but an event which is very well attended and a source of joy. A young girl, about 12 or 13, came to me and told me she had a great passion for creating flowers that don't even exist on earth. She wanted me to let her put her flowers everywhere. And he said, I'll think about it. And I said, even though it would be our own wedding, could he play the organ later on? And Ron said, whatever you would like. I seem to play the organ much better here than I did on the earth plane. Wait until you hear the sound. There's not a lot of noise here. We talk to each other. With our minds. There's no machinery or automobiles to make noise. People travel in something that looks like automobile or a horse or a wagon. They float and glide and they appear and disappear. That's crazy, seeing them float around. When the angels sing or when music is being played, it is pure and clear. I don't know if I play better or the sound comes out much better. The instruments are absolute perfection. A nice thing about heaven is nothing breaks, falls apart, or is shoddy. And then some time went by, and I had another reading, and I kept hearing things in my mind and stuff. And so I said to Mary, you're probably going to disown me, and probably Ron will too, of what I'm going to ask. I am getting this message, and I don't know if it's Ron or I'm just dreaming it up high in the sky. Here it is. Did he ask Jesus to do our wedding ceremony? And Mary said, oh, yes. And I go, oh my God. And Mary said, he did. He said yes. And I said, oh my God. I've been going crazy because I keep thinking that Ron was putting that in my head. I didn't know. And I had a candle going then, and it was just going crazy. And Mary says, oh my, how exciting. Oh God, how wonderful. And I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Ron, for asking. Mary, this is wonderful. And Mary says, oh my God, how lovely. And Ron, I've always felt a closeness to Jesus. And Mary said, that's the one he wanted. He could have had anybody. And I said, oh my God, that's so wonderful. That's all my questions. That last one was a ringer. And Mary said, oh, how nice. Oh. And I said, yes, that kind of taps it, doesn't it? Mary, oh my God, I'm speechless. What do you say after that? Holy cow. And I said, I don't know. I'm just thrilled. I can't think of anything more exciting. And Mary said, oh, Janet, how wonderful. Ah, he says, nothing but the best for you. He thought that would please you. I go, are you kidding? And Mary said, so he gave you that message and you got it. How exciting. You're able to communicate now. And I said, well, I got the message to write the book, and now I got this message, so I think he's coming through my head. Mary, he is. Oh, Janet. Oh, bless your heart. With all that you guys went through, you deserve it. To get Jesus, I'm so happy for you. And I says, I know. I don't even know what to say after this. It is whatever he wants to say. I can't even say anything else. And Mary says, you know, that will also be in the Akashic records. So if you want to relive that moment, you can go watch it. I go, oh, we'll have it on video? And Mary, you can watch it like you are physically there. He's laughing so hard. I don't know if he knew you were going to get the message or what. And I said, I can have my mother be my bridesmaid and my dad give me away. And Mary says, you can have whatever you want. That's the beauty of it. He was doing a lot of laughing, and he knew you would be excited, but he didn't know how excited you would be. He's really tickled that it pleased you so much. And I said, he must be whispering that stuff in my ear. It feels like I got bugs or something in my left ear all the time. And Mary, wow, is that his voice? I go, I don't know. I had that before he passed over. When I got messages or thought I knew something, I always said I knew it in my left ear. Most people get it in their right ear. Mary, yes, but whatever works for you. And I said, it's not like I hear anything. I just know it's in my left ear. Isn't that weird? Mary says, it's really cool. And I said, it's like he said when he told you that he wasn't really talking to you, he was just putting an idea or concept into your head. Remember that? And Mary goes, yeah. And I said, when I write these channelings out and see the wealth of knowledge, they are amazing. And Mary, I've been thinking that too. I'm glad you're going to make a book of it. There is a lot there, and he ties it together. And we already got the book written, and it was mostly our story, but it had Ron's guides and masters from overside given information in the book. So the videos are going to give the channelings here. So I'm putting the channelings together the best I can to give them to you. And Mary says, I don't think anybody else has done it this well. Or I said it to Mary, I don't think anybody else has done it this well. And I don't know of any channeler or anybody that can do it like you do, Mary. No one. And gets all this information. It's like you're talking to him, and we have a three-way telephone thing going on. And Mary says, I've been lucky that way. I've been lucky that way since I was little. And I go, oh, you're amazing. It's just amazing. And Mary said, it's the way God made me. I guess I wish I would have done more with it. I do like what I do. I do bring a lot of people together with loved ones, and they can finish asking questions or get information. It's very satisfying and uplifting. And I said, it was said in one of the channelings, it's not always the most famous person that's doing the most. And Mary said, that's nice to know. And I says, you know, he said some people want to make the most money or be the best minister, the this or that. Sometimes it could be a mother giving lots of love. Look at all the people you've given hope to. Mary said, that's a nice feeling. I had someone a couple of weeks ago who had to pull the plug on her husband, blaming herself for that and thinking he was upset with her. He was blaming himself for the fact that she had to do it. It was so nice to get them together and get them to both see neither one was mad at the other. This kind of thing is nice. I like that. Ron wants to say to you how grateful he is that you are undertaking putting all this together, because he knows it's something you wouldn't like to do. It's something more he would like to do. He is also thankful you are reading through everything he says, and you do have questions, because any questions I have, others will have it too, the ones reading it or watching the video. He does want it to make sense. At this moment, I have to say his heart is so full of love for you. I don't know what your candle is doing. I was burning one of them. But honest to God, it is coming through my heart to your heart like I don't even know how to describe it. It's just beautiful. He is so excited about the fact that you are hearing him and trusting that what you are getting is him. And know that when he does stuff around the house or plays with the candle, that you know that he is there. He wanted that more than anything. He doesn't want to lose contact with you. There was one other thing he said in one of the channelings. I understand it, but it makes me feel like no way. He said, do not feel guilty if you get over this in a hurry. My love can fill your heart. He meant he could fill my heart so full of love I wouldn't feel so sad. But there's no way I'm ever going to get over him. I understand what he's saying, but I want him to know it's not easy and I'm not getting over him. And Mary said, he hates to see you unhappy. And I says, I know he does. I think that's easy where this comes from. He just doesn't want you unhappy. And I said, I think this Jesus wedding gives me a whole new thing to look forward to. And Mary, he's very glad then. It took some courage on his part to ask, but he decided. Jesus said, ask and you shall receive. He knew that would be something that would please you. Yes, it's almost like I am a young girl and I just got engaged. It's funny to be engaged to your husband. And Mary said, yeah, especially when your husband's your twin soul. Wow. Okay, all right. This came through. I asked, did Ron take me to the bookstore to get the Shirley MacLaine book on the channeling? It was from John Zebedee. It was called All in the Playing was the name of Shirley's book. Did Ron lead me to that book? And she said, yes, he did. It really explains in that book how everything we do is for a reason, that everything is to teach us. Ron's been talking about that a lot. I wonder from what I gathered from the book that John of Zebedee, Ron's brother, never came back. What can he tell me about John? Does he have any connection with him? Mary said, he sees him from time to time. They kind of move in different circles. He has been over there longer than Ron. They are doing different things. He does see him, and it's a joyful reunion. It was like running into a brother you hadn't seen for a long time. They embrace each other. He's happy to see Ron, happy he's in his etheric body, so doing so well in it. He knew what he had been going through, and he was around him trying to help him with it, and he really enjoys being with him now. And I go, oh wow. Mary, yeah, it's pretty powerful. John is very close to Jesus, the Master Jesus. So it's nice to be closely in his presence because he took Ron to meet with Jesus, and Jesus said he would do the wedding ceremony. I don't know if you remember or not, but John said he was Mother Mary's twin soul. Mary goes, yes, yes. And I go, Jesus did say, take care of my mother. And Mary said, yes, he did at the crucifixion. He said, son, behold your mother, and mother, behold your son. And I said, wow. And Mary said, he's getting in some amazing circles up there. Ron likes to see decorations and familiar things at Christmas, and things like that bring joy to him. And Ron says, I love you, and I enjoy every moment with you. And I want our project to be a representation of our love, to encourage other people who are twin souls to know that that kind of love exists. And it exists even beyond life and the physical. I'm excited about that. I'm not in any hurry for over here. The one thing you learn is there is nothing but time, and things happen when they are supposed to happen. So there's no rush. I don't want you to feel any pressure, and I don't want it, but I do want it to feel orderly. I'm orderly in my mind, and what I do, my thinking is organized. Right now, so much has come forth, and I kind of want to see it organized before I go on. I could flood you with more information, but I want you to put it in the right column at the right time. So that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to get it all together, and this marriage in heaven is beyond my wildest dreams. And what I want the rest of you to understand is that your twin soul love is eternal. That goes on for all of us. Every single person has this opportunity. We all have our twin soul for eternity. So know you will also have the same thing for yourself and your twin soul love through eternity as you choose. How wonderful. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Love and light to you.